lesson. Today, the topic of our discussion is going to be the usage of the phrases too much or too many. Are those two phrases the same or they are different? How do we use them? This is something we are going to try to answer today. And before we move to our lesson, let's look at our intro example here. We have a short story that consists of 3 sentences, so let's read those. My stomach doesn't feel good. Yesterday, I ate too many or too much sandwiches. Drank too many or too much coffee. Overall, I ate too many or too much food. What's the correct answer for those sentences? This is something that we are going to try to figure out today, so let's move to our lesson. Let us start with the form too much. It is used with non-countable nouns, the ones that you cannot count. For example, information, music, courage, advice, bread, oil, water, and so on. So everything that you cannot count, like 1, 2, 3, it is going to be used with the form too much. And right now, let's take a look at our sentences and we'll try to find the examples of the usage of the form too much. So number 1, I can't go to a party tonight. I have too much homework to do. So we have the noun homework and the phrase too much. Homework is non-countable. You can't count homework and therefore we'll use too much. I don't like Steven's apartment. There is too much furniture everywhere. Again, the noun furniture, it's a non-countable noun, and that's why I'm gonna use the phrase too much. My sister spends too much money on clothes. So we have the word money, and the word money in English is considered to be a non-countable noun, and therefore I'm gonna use the phrase too much. Sentence number 4, I drink too much soda. I need to drink more water. So we have the word soda. Again, it is a non-countable noun, therefore I'm gonna use too much. And the last one, I like San Francisco, but there is too much noise everywhere. So we have the noun noise, and you can't count noise, therefore we are using the phrase too much. And right now, let's move to the form too many. It is used with countable nouns, the ones that you can count. For example, bananas, cookies, tables, chairs, movies, children, countries, and so on. So everything that you can count is used with the form too many. And right now, let's take a look at our sentences. Mr. and Mrs. Green have 6 cars. They have too many cars. Cars, countable noun, therefore we use the form too many. It is so difficult to find my keys. I have too many things in my bag. Too many things. Again, it's countable. There are too many students in my class. Students, too many. I can't even remember their names. You have too many goals. You need less in order to be more productive. And pay attention that the nouns that are countable, they have the plural ending, s. If you see that ending s, it means that the noun is countable, and that means that you would be using the form too many if you want to say that it's more than necessary. Right now, let's take a look at a conversation between Emma and Chloe, and we will try to find the forms of too much and too many here in this conversation. Hi Chloe, I saw you at the party yesterday. Did you like the decoration? Hi Emma, I think there were too many flowers everywhere. In addition, I didn't like the wallpaper. It had too many different colors. Well, I really liked the way everything was decorated. What about the food then? They had too much fruit and too many cakes. I wish they had more meat. What about the guests? Did you meet anybody? There were too many guests, too many waiters, and too many people overall. Because of that, there was too much noise. So again, the words flowers, colors, cakes, guests, waiters, and people are countable nouns, and therefore we use the form too many. And we have example of non-countable like fruit and noise, and in those cases we are using the form too much. Let's take a look at some common nouns that we are using in regards to the forms of too much or too many. So too much noise, too much furniture, too much traffic, too much meat, too much money, too much information, too much coffee, too much homework, too much sugar. And remember that we use the form too much with non-countable nouns, the ones that we cannot count. So we will just write it here, non-countable. And the other part is countable, the ones that you can count. And in this case, we're going to use the form too many. Too many people, too many cars, too many buildings, too many bananas, too many friends, too many tables, too many stories, too many problems, too many issues, and so on. So again, too much with non-countable and too many with countable nouns. And finally, let's go back to the beginning of our lesson, and we'll take a look at our examples here and try to fill in the gaps with the correct answers. My stomach doesn't feel good. Yesterday, I ate 2, and we have the word sandwiches. So as I've told you before, let's take a look at the noun. So sandwiches is countable noun. I can count sandwiches. 1, 2, 3, 5 sandwiches. And therefore, since this is countable, I am going to use the form too many. I ate too many sandwiches. Drank 2, and we have the word coffee. You can't count coffee. You can count cups of coffee, like 1 cup, 2 cups, but here it's just the word coffee, which is not countable. And therefore, I'm gonna use much. Too much coffee. Overall, I ate 2, and we have the word food. So the word food is not countable as well. And therefore, I'm gonna use the form much. So we will have, I ate too much food. This is the end of our lesson. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section and we will answer them. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.